Hey friends, welcome to Pallet Flips. I buy liquidation pallets, things like customer returns and other kinds of such merchandise that stores are wanting to get rid of, and I flip those. I sell mostly on eBay, but in some other places too, Facebook Marketplace, and like if I get the right items, I could sell those on Amazon. But that's kind of rare for pallet merchandise. It's usually not in good enough shape to sell on Amazon. So anyway, I wanted to talk about a few things. It's been a week since I put out a video. I'm sorry about that. I just had too many things come up toward the end of last week, and I just wasn't able to do it. But just within the last 15 minutes, I bought another pallet. This one is an electronics pallet, and I'm looking forward to getting it. It's kind of a cheaper pallet. I only paid $230 for it, including tax, delivery fees, and everything. I'm not going down to pick this one up. I'm going to let them ship it to me because shipping was pretty reasonable on this one. So we'll see how that goes. I expect I'll have it probably on Thursday. It might be Friday, but I think they'll ship it out tomorrow. It's only coming about hour and a half from there to here, so I think it'll be here on Thursday. Friday's okay though. But anyway, my second pallet that I bought, this was back in, I think, April. I bought a pallet of printers. And I looked at that and I thought, man, this is going to be fantastic. I'm going to get all these printers. There was about $5,000, $6,000 worth of printers on that pallet, and I got it for about $400. $450, I don't recall. I actually paid $200 and something for the pallet, but the shipping was $200 on that because it's a very heavy lot of stuff. So the printers kind of sat around for a while while I figured out how to sell those in a way that I could ship them at a reasonable price. It took me at least a couple of months before I sold a printer. But my big printer, there was a $2,000 printer on that pallet. Turned out that it was just brand new. Somebody had bought it and they didn't know that they should have taken all the little packing plastic out of it. You have to open the thing up and take out all the little orange tabs and everything. They didn't do that. I did it. Printer worked fine. So I was able to sell that last month, and that was about a 120, 130 pound printer. And the shipping was somewhat expensive. It cost me $65 to ship, but the buyer paid for that. So I really turned a nice profit on that printer. I did sell it at a pretty deep discount. I sold it for about $900 plus shipping. But that's okay because I only paid $400, $450 for the pallet. I'd have to look it up. It's been a while. Okay, then I sold the second printer last week. That was only about $100 sale. Then yesterday I sold the third printer, which was $120. I've got one more printer left, and I had already sold about $400 off of that pallet. So once I will have sold this last printer that I've got left, I will have more than tripled my money. I've actually already tripled my money on that pallet. So that was a very good buy. It just took me some time to figure out how I was going to handle it. The other, troublesome thing was we live upstairs. And it's a house that is 2 levels, and we rent the upstairs, and some other people rent the downstairs. So that was one reason that, hauling that stuff up and down the stairs, especially, I had 2 printers that were in the, 75 to 120 pound range. That's kind of a big job, especially for a guy, I'm 57, and but I've got a couple kids that are strong, so they help me out. I say kids, one of those that lives with me is 27, and the other is 19. So they help out a lot with that kind of thing, thankfully. But so anyway, I'm getting to the point where everything on that pallet's going to be gone. I've already tripled my money. That last printer, it's only a $50 to $75 sale, I think. And so it'll add a little bit, but not that much. But, when I sold the big printer about a month ago, month and a half ago, something like that, I elected to ship it by FedEx ground, because that was the cheapest. If I would have sent it USPS or UPS, it would have cost more than double the amount as FedEx Ground. So, the shipping on that was $65. And normally on eBay, you go to print a shipping label, and it'll give you several options that'll work out for you. Like it knows the weight, it knows the size of the box because you enter all that information. Then it shows you what your options are as far as shipping goes. The options for that box was, I did have one, I believe I had a USPS, or I might not have on that one. And then I had a UPS, and I had FedEx Ground. The FedEx Ground, $65, as I said. So I chose to use that. Now, the normal thing is you click to pay for the label, and that goes into PayPal. It's already got all your PayPal information on eBay. So you don't even have to go over to the site. You just click. It kind of loads up for a couple, 30 seconds or whatever. Then it comes right up, and it says, okay, click here to print the label. Then you go over to PayPal. If you log in on PayPal, you can see that you paid for the label. Well, when I shipped that big printer, I got the $65 label. I put it on the box. I shipped the box. Everything was good. My customer got it the next day. He was in Ohio, very close to me. And I never was charged for the label on PayPal. And I always wondered, what in the world is going on? Why didn't they take the money out of my account? And it wasn't like I could just call them and say, hey, because how do you call PayPal? I couldn't find any way to get a hold of the right person to take care of that. So I just figured that, well, they're going to charge me sooner or later. And I just made sure I had the money in the account, or, I've got my credit card tied to the account, so it'll automatically charge me. Okay, then, like I say, last week I sold the second printer. That was a $25 shipping charge on that one. I went FedEx again. Same thing happened. I didn't pay the shipping. I went through all of the hoops and printed out the label, stuck it on the box. Nothing. So one of my sons and I were talking about it. He said, you should just start shipping everything FedEx because it's free. I said, yeah, and then in 3 months they're gonna say, hey, you owe me $3,000 for shipping or whatever, So I wanted to keep an eye on this and find out what's going on. So then, like I say, last night I sold the third printer. Same thing. I went through all the hoops, I printed out the label, and the charge was not on my PayPal. So my son was curious. He started Googling it, and he found that apparently FedEx doesn't like to mess with a bunch of these small people, little piddly companies that are shipping once or twice every month, and they don't like getting all those small payments. So what happens on FedEx is eBay covers the shipping, and then when you get your monthly eBay invoice, it's on there. Now, I noticed the last time I got an eBay invoice, it was a lot more than what I thought it would be. It was over $200. That covers all of your sales fees and apparently the shipping. But I didn't know the shipping was on there, and I hadn't taken a detailed look at the eBay invoice because I knew I had sold several large items, like that printer that was $900. So I just figured, well, it's okay, but I'm going to look at it later. Well, when my son researched it, he found that eBay just puts that on your invoice at the end of the month. So that's why my invoice was a lot more than what I expected. And so apparently I have been paying the shipping. I thought that I wasn't trying to get away with anything, but I thought I was getting free shipping on FedEx. But I wasn't planning to switch over to FedEx like my son was telling me. But so anyway, for anybody out there, if you're selling on eBay, if you use FedEx for shipping, just realize you're going to pay for it. It's just not going to be on PayPal like normal. If you're shipping UPS or USPS, that's going to go right through PayPal, but just not on FedEx. So anyway, I thought that we'd take a look now at some of the things that I sold on eBay. Since I haven't put out a video for a week, I've really got a lot of stuff that I sold. But for now, I'm only going to cover a few things that I sold for a couple days after my last video, because I haven't prepared all the screenshots and everything for the more or less the past week or so. But here's a few things. Okay, we've got this Criminal Minds Beyond Borders. This was season 2, the entire season on DVD. I sold this for $35. Easy ship. It went media mail, $2.70 as I recall. And so that was a nice sale. Very nice to get a good sale like that. And everything I'm showing you today came off of that last electronics pallet that I bought a few weeks ago that we've talked about before. All right, let's move on now to the next one. I also sold an Olay Gentle Clean Foaming Cleanser. I had bought these at a little store called Ollie's over in Kokomo, Indiana. They had a closeout on this, and I paid around $2 each, I think it was, and I sold a bunch of them at my full price. And then I just wanted to get rid of the rest, and this was the last one I had. Sold 3 bottles for $8. So, by the time you figure in everything else, the customer did pay shipping, but the eBay fees and everything, I really didn't make any money on this, but I take it back. I had said everything was off the electronics pallet, but not this. So I'll go, on each item, I'll tell you where it came from. So, yeah, I just wanted to clear the stuff out. It was time to move on. So that's good. All right, let's see what else I have sold here. Okay, this one did come off the electronics pallet, and there's good and bad news on this item. It's a VTech cordless telephone, and it went for $17.94 with free shipping, and I sold that last week. And I got a notice yesterday that the customer wants to return it. And I do offer returns, so that's okay. But, if there's something wrong with an item or whatever, I can understand. But on this one, the customer just put down that they changed their mind. So hopefully when I get it back, I hope it's in the box and I hope everything's there because it worked fine. I had tested it. So on that one, I'll end up having to pay the shipping cost. I paid the shipping cost to get to them. They pay the return shipping, and I'll have to refund $17.94, and then I'll put it back up for sale again. So let's go on to the next item. Okay, this one is a Boppy baby carrier in heather gray. This was a very nice item. I got 2 of these on one of my baby boxes, my toy and baby box that I bought a few weeks ago. And these things were very nice, very just first class. I was very happy with these, and it was my first time I'd ever seen them. This went for $33.74, and I did also charge shipping on that. Just went to somebody, I think in Illinois, as I recall, so fairly close by. She gave me great feedback on this, and she had told me she was taking this to a baby shower, so I'm sure that whoever is having the baby, or maybe they already had the baby since then, I'm sure that they would be very happy with this item because it was very nice. All right, let's see what else we have here. I actually sold 2 of these last week. It's a Philips baby bottle warmer. This one went for $13.50 with free shipping, which was kind of low, but the other one went for $17.50, that was much better, I thought. So I think the second one I sold, I'm going to be featuring that on my next item sold video. But this also did come off of the baby box that I bought a few weeks ago. I had bought the electronics box and 2 toy and baby boxes, all on the same day. I picked them all up in Indianapolis that day. Actually, it's in Plainfield, Indiana, but that's just right outside Indianapolis, near the Indianapolis airport, as a matter of fact. All right, let's go on now. And I noticed a while ago I made a mistake on the listing here. This is the Head and the Heart vinyl LP. I noticed I put the Head and the Heat. Maybe somebody thought it was real hot, so they went on ahead and bought it. I don't know. But yeah, I sold this last week, $15.99 with free shipping on that. The shipping went media mail. I have some nice boxes that I bought to put record albums in because I have quite a few of them now. And it was very cheap. It was like $2 and something media mail, as I recall. So that was a nice sale. I was happy to get that sale. All right, let's see what else there is. Okay, Lego. I love selling Lego because it just sells immediately. This particular Lego is a space shuttle, and it's a superheroes Marvel Spider-Man space shuttle. Sold for $34.99, free shipping. I think it cost about $7 to ship this. It went priority mail. And that's okay because I still made nice money on this. This came from one of the toy pallets that I had bought on the same day with the electronics pallets. All right, now here's some more Sundown Naturals vitamins. And again, as I told you about last time I did a video, I bought these up at Murphy's discount store up north of here. It's about 45 minutes drive. As a matter of fact, I went there again yesterday. But I got these for $1.49 each. This one I gave 5 for $14.99. So that's about $7.50 for the product. And I also charged shipping. So I made money on this, although I am in clearance mode on this item. And these people did buy out the last of what I had. I had marked these down. I was getting a much higher price before, but they slowed way down, and I wanted to move them out and get some different inventory in. So those were marked down $14.99 for 5 packs, and they went last week. All right, last week I had sold an Xbox controller, a blue one. Well, here's a Microsoft Xbox wireless controller, a red one. I got $20 for this one. This one was missing the batteries and a couple things, and the box was a little bit beat up. So I took $20 for it, and plus they did pay some shipping on that. And I already got feedback on this one. The customer was very happy with this. Said it was a great deal. So those are some of the items that I've sold just in the early part of last week. I'm going to be making another video in the next couple of days, hopefully for tomorrow, and that will show the rest of the items that I sold during the week. And I sold a lot of items last week. I really made good money on eBay last week, and actually it was quite exciting. I enjoyed it a lot. I like selling stuff, just the challenge of it, and when you sell something, it's like, wow, I really succeeded on that item. So anyway, friends, I appreciate you coming back and looking at my video. Go visit my website, although there's really not much at all there yet, but it's palletflips.com, and it's something I'm going to be working on very soon. But come back to my YouTube channel. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. Also, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate that a lot. That will really help me out. And I'm looking forward to doing more videos like this and kind of changing up my content. In one of my very shortly future videos here, I'm going to go into my stock room where I keep all of my merchandise, kind of show you how I've got it set up and what kind of products I have on the shelves there. All right, guys, thanks for visiting. Great to see you. Like this, subscribe, do all that, and you've got my eternal gratitude, I promise. All right, take care, everybody.